Hello, and welcome in to yet again another edition of the Swarm right here on the Hive Media. It is Saturday. It is Sports Day, and we got lots to talk about. If you watched the sports show last week when we were talking some baseball, CJ said, "Oh, we should kind of talk about what we want our teams to do in the offseason and kind of lay that out." So we have both come up with our dream offseasons and realistic dream off seasons. I know there's a lot of you guys out there would be like, "Well, we'll trade this guy for Ohtani, and then we'll go get no."
Like, I had the Blue Jays trading Hoffman for Judge straight up, so I don't know.
There we go. Exactly. So this is realistic. Dream expectation, like realistic, what you want to happen this offseason, because free agency has started. Usually the trend of baseball the last 4 or 5 years is it doesn't happen till way later.
It happens in December because no one does anything until the winter meetings in December, the first week of December.
Correct. But free agency has officially started in baseball. There are some big names out there. A few of them are getting linked to my team, your team, obviously.
Big names are available on the trade market as well.
Big time. Big time. So we're gonna actually start the show there. We'll kind of talk about that, and then obviously, as you know, we'll have CJ kind of get us back to what life is like in college football. We're in week 12, I believe, in college.
I have
football.
A funny story that I'm willing to expose myself for college football.
Well, all right. So there you go. So CJ's going to expose himself story-wise.
If what happens, I might expose myself somewhere else.
We can't get kicked off.
That's fine. Maybe we'll start a high Patreon at some point.
Maybe, yeah. We can do the Swarm After Dark. So we'll have like a couple college football, because the the end of the season is coming, is soon.
Thank God.
And you're gonna regroup, get a new coach, and you'll figure it out. You'll be all right. And then the playoffs will be here, and we'll get the seedings and the bowl games and all that type of stuff going on, and that fun stuff. And then obviously we will go through our picks
and review the best team in the NFL who played last night.
Oh yeah, of course. We'll review the game that happened last night, and then we will give our picks for the remainder of the weekend and all that fun stuff that you have come to expect from us here on the sports show of the Swarm. But before we dive into our baseball dreams, let's talk about W Energy. Straight up, clean energy. I don't know, CJ. Are you one to partake in the energy drinks? Was that something you used to do, or you did?
But my girlfriend drinks about 9 a day because she's a nurse that works like 15-hour days.
There you go. So if you are a nurse, if you do have a stressful job, a job you need to be up all hours of the night, you need some extra energy, you need a boost. Our pals at W Energy have the clean energy drink, multiple flavors to choose from on their website, and that website is w.gg. If you go there and you type in that promo code, the Hive, all one word, you will get 10% off your order. That is W Energy. No jitters, no sugars, just clean energy. Head on over to w.gg. Type in that promo code, The Hive, and you will get 10% off of your order. This episode of The Swarm, as all of the episodes of The Swarm, is being powered by our pals at W Energy, so go check them out. Thank you. All right, CJ, I'll let you go first. Your team made it to the last game it possibly could.
Mm-hmm.
Game 7 of the World Series. Your big news is Bo Bichette. That seems to be, he's a free agent. Obviously, I know he was injured a lot this year, but a core member of your team. He's the big fish that is potentially free from you guys. Lay it out, man. Is he priority number one for you, bringing him back? Is that like the overall, no doubt, should be the number one thing?
I think it happens, regardless if I put it first or second. I do think he comes back. I don't love what's available in the middle of the infield because you can put him at short or second on the market. Again, you can never know who's available really for trade, so you can't really. But for agency, who we know is available, I don't like the options. Between that, Bichette had an injury all of last season, pretty much. But other than that, he's been like a top 5 hitter in baseball, hits and average-wise his whole career.
Yeah.
You don't just see that kind of growing on trees. Obviously, he had the big, what would have been the game-winning home run in the World Series, Game 7. And then Jeff Hoffman happened. But anyway, yeah. So he should come back. That is my number one priority, and I do think he comes back.
All right, I like.
What's your number one?
My number one is you got to sign a power bat. So Pete Alonso, Kyle Schwarber, those are the two big names that are being linked to the Boston Red Sox. For me, I don't know if you just want to go every other or whatever.
Yeah,
but
we can just go back and forth to one of
them. My number one thing, if I am running the team, I am signing Kyle Schwarber.
Can't be worse than Breslow.
No. Well, I mean, listen.
Oh, I have a funny thing to show you. Actually,
I actually think Breslow, he's saying all the right things now.
Yeah, well, that's true.
He needs to back his. Listen, my number one thing is if I was the GM, I would be signing Kyle Schwarber to a 4 or 5 year deal. Give him $35 million a year. I don't care. And he would be the DH, batting cleanup, hitting 55 home runs. He had 56 last year. He would be hitting 50. He'd be hitting 50 home runs a year at Fenway. Weekends at Yankee stadiums, he would be hitting pop-up home runs every at bat.
That's fair. That part's fair.
Yeah, that would be my guy. We are also being linked to Pete Alonso. If Schwarber is too rich, and Schwarber would come with giving away compensation because he got a qualifying
second and a fifth round pick.
So you'd have to give up draft picks. So you don't have to do that for Pete Alonso.
And he's older.
And he is a little older. Pete Alonso, I like. I actually think he's a personality that would thrive in Boston as well. And he plays an average to decent decent to average.
He's not offensive at first. With how good he is offensively, as long as he's not offensive at first.
Correct. And if you put him at first base, and again, one thing that the Red Sox don't have a ton of is right-handed power. And Bregman opted out, and he was really our best right-handed power guy. Alonso would immediately take over as that top guy. At Fenway with the monster, I would expect him to hit 40 plus. I mean, he's been doing that routinely anyway.
He actually hit like 270 this year too.
Yeah, he had one of his better average years as a hitter. I think Fenway is a hitter's ballpark. That wall is very close. He has, like Bregman, he has always hit well at Fenway as well.
Yeah.
So I would be perfectly okay with Alonso, but if it's me, I want Schwarber. He's been here. He was good when he was here before. That would be my number one priority, is signing Kyle Schwarber.
I just have a thing before we get into number two. There is they dropped what you made in revenue versus what your payroll was, and what percentage of your revenue did you spend on payroll this season?
Yeah.
You want to guess where the Red Sox rank out of 30 teams? First would be you spent the most payroll out of your revenue, and so 30th is like the cheapest team.
Yeah. I think the Red Sox are in the bottom half for sure. I would say 21st, 22nd.
23rd.
Okay, there you go.
They spend 42.1% of their revenue on payroll. The Blue Jays, you want to guess where they ranked?
11?
3. They spent 71.5%. They made
number one, the Dodgers?
The Mets, number one, 90%.
Oh, yeah.
Mets, 90%. Dodgers, number two, at 73%.
Yeah, and the Mets didn't even make the playoffs.
Nope.
Listen, here's the thing, though. Fuck that. I take that Mets situation on. That's what your owners should be doing.
I would like it was 100%.
Everybody should be at fucking 100%.
I hate these people in any sport, but especially baseball, there's no salary cap, that defend these decisions, especially when you're a big market team. Why should you want it to be 200% of your revenue? What the fuck do you care? It ain't your money. Who gives a shit?
No, it makes no sense.
If I'm a Mets fan, I'm pissed we missed the playoffs, but I'm love seeing that number.
Yeah, spend fucking money, get a team here, and try to win. Now, I get it. You want homegrown guys. I get it.
Well, yeah, of course.
But,
then you turn into the Rays every year if that's all you care about, was saving money and getting homegrown guys.
Who's the last team on the list? The Pirates?
The Pirates are 27. I'll go from Red Sox to last. 23 Red Sox, 24 Brewers.
Wow.
25 Guardians, 26 Cubs. 27.
Those are all playoff teams.
20, and we get into some nasty shit here. 27 Pirates, 28 Rays, 29 White Sox, 30 Marlins.
The Marlins are the worst.
The Marlins are the only team under 31%. They're at 27%.
Wow, that's embarrassing.
Their payroll this year was $86 million. Shohei Ohtani made $78 million this year. So literally, Ohtani made the same amount of money as the Marlins roster this year.
That's absurd. That's absurd.
They made over $317 million and only spent $86 on payroll. By the way, $317 million, that's like the 17th most money made in the league this year, too.
Yeah, well, how much money did the Red Sox make?
The Red Sox made $574 million and spent $240 on payroll.
$574 million.
They don't put revenue in order, but from like just looking quickly, that would be the second most in the league behind the Dodgers. Dodgers 752 made.
Wow, that's a sizable gap.
And then no,
that's Cubs, over a $200 million gap.
The Cubs were 584 at second, Red Sox third at 574. So they spent 574 and then spent 240 of it. The Blue Jays, for instance, made 380 and spent 278.
Look at 240 is a good payroll. Like that's not a cheap payroll.
No, just I'll try to figure out what.
But my thing is 240 is not a cheap payroll. Okay. However, when you are the Boston fucking Red Sox and the Dodgers are doing what they're doing, the Mets are doing what they're doing, the Blue Jays are spending more than you, the Yankees, you fucking spend and get somewhere near them. You are the boss. You are not the Rays.
You want to guess what the payroll was rank wise? Like just how much the payroll was ranked? Yeah.
13.
12.
Damn, I'm close, bro. I was
Mets, no order, but Mets, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Phillies, Diamondbacks, Padres, Rangers, Yankees, Astros, Braves, and Cubs were ahead of them.
Okay. Listen. All right, but okay, well, the Red Sox should be on that list next year.
They're only $19 million ahead of the Angels payroll.
And look at we made the play. Like that, it's good that we're like that and we made the play.
It's good, but it makes it more frustrating, I feel
yes, but now it's like, okay, you got the kids that are cheap. Roman's
they should be healthy now too.
Myers cheap. Campbell's cheap. The pitcher, you got these guys. Now go spend money and put legitimate and Bregman is one. We'll talk about him in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Put legitimate stars on the field around the cheap kids. And then go win a fucking World Series. Thank you. That's all. All right, what else do you want?
So my one was Bichette. Yours was Mr. Schwabo returning.
Yeah.
My number 2. A couple different ways I can go here.
And then I have 4 moves, and then I have a long shot move. Not an unrealistic, but a long shot move.
I know what it is. I'm just trying to think of which guy I'd prefer.
Yeah.
Now, we're not going to get into like years and money, but I'm trying to think in my head who would be a better deal, like realistically. I think this clubhouse, and everybody would say this, they look like they had the most fun in the league this year, the Blue Jays. They're the tightest in the group. Part of probably why Bieber took $12 million to stay here instead of getting like 20 to 25 on the open market, right? You would agree with that?
Yeah.
And part of the reason why I think Bo wants to come back. So for that reason, I think you can take a risk almost. It's almost like how I told you we have so many contact hitters you can afford like an Alonso that strikes out all the time, hits 50 home runs. But in a attitude aspect, I'm going with that. Framber Valdez.
Oh, I don't know. He showed up as catcher.
But the thing is, I think you understand what my point is, though. If like everybody,
he's a dog.
Yeah, he's so good. He'll pitch a million innings. He doesn't ever have like over 3.5 ERA. He's never injured. And we do have a lot of Dominican players, and I do think that's a big deal for some guys like that. Vladdy being the most notable, obviously. And a lot of Spanish-speaking guys in general, like Springer speaks Spanish. He's not Dominican, though. But and I think the attitude and stuff, he would be happy to play, and he wouldn't pull that shit.
Potentially.
And I you put him in. If your top 4 is your Savage in no order, Gausman, Bieber, Valdez, and then you put in you bring back a Bassett, a Scherzer, a fucking whoever, or Berrios. Berrios is your 5th, please. That's one of the best rotations in baseball right away.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I think Valdez is a good pitcher.
I was debating between him and Ranger Suarez, by the way.
Ranger Suarez
From the Phillies.
Yeah.
Who was a dog in the playoffs.
He was. That Phillies thing disappointed me so greatly. I thought that was going to be such a great series, and the Dodgers just fucking wiped them.
The Phillies, I think, sneaky could be making a big retooling. Dombrowski would never just rebuild.
Yeah,
but I think they could have a lot of roster turnover, but still be a good team.
Yeah. Yep. All right, my number 2 is bringing Alex Bregman back. Real simple. Don't cave though. Don't cave and give him more than he's worth.
I know we're not talking about years and money, but what's the most years you would go?
4.
What if he said 5 and I'm coming?
I would give him a 5.
Okay.
But that's fine. I don't
4
care.
is your ideal. 5 is like if you pull my arm enough, I'll do it.
Well, him and Schwarber both are like 32. They're like 32 or 33 years
I think
old.
Schwarber will be better older though, because he's just a big fat guy that just
and he's gonna DH.
Yeah,
Bregman is an elite third baseman in the field.
Yeah,
elite.
So that you think that would go down at some point is what that goes down quicker than Schwarber's power would.
Correct. Schwarber, you just put in the middle of the field. If all he's doing is hitting, he's hitting you 50.
He doesn't have to run the bases.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Doesn't matter. Yeah. So I think the number 2 is. We're going to get to pitching, but I think where they need to improve the most is the lineup. We were in the playoffs, and and again, these are good players. I like these guys on the team, but when your everyday starters in the playoff are the Rob Refschneiders of the world and fucking Nick Sogard and those guys, that's not good enough. That is not good enough. And you need Bregman, and you need to sign either Schwarber or Alonso. You need them both. And, so I think my number 2 is bringing Bregman back.
All right. I'm going to save this guy for last. But I was just kind of writing down what I think is going to happen there. Bregman, huh? I like that. I think that's important, too, to be honest.
He felt important here. I think he liked being around
top 3 MVP candidate the first 2 months
before he got hurt. And I think he liked being around the kids. Like, I think he liked that mentor thing that he was doing with the kids, and I think the kids actually I just think it was a good vibe, and it's a vibe that that's a complete 180 on a player that I've ever had, because I fucking hated Alex Bregman when he was I despise that guy, and immediately upon arrival, when I heard the first couple of interviews, I was like, I'm gonna like this guy, and I did. And I think he's a great leader. I liked him and Story as the leaders of the team. I thought that was like a good veteran duo there. Story opted in. I don't think the Red Sox wanted him to, but Story opted in. I think you bring Bregman back. You add Schwarber and that trifecta of like veterans there with the young kids, because those are like fun veterans. Right. You know what I mean? Like Schwarber's a goofball. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like Bregman's funny. Like those are guys that young kids can learn how to become professional baseball players, but like not take it too fucking seriously and have fun, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I have 3 more.
Okay.
I have a good one for last.
My out of left field, like I think there's a 2% chance it could possibly happen.
Better than 0.
That's the thing I'm doing last. That's my stretch.
I don't want to put Kyle Tucker in this, but I do think we'll be top 3 for him.
Yep.
In which the Blue Jays naturally finished second for all these guys. So congratulations, Tucker, on signing with the Dodgers. And whatever at that point. Really,
I mean, what the fuck are we doing?
You know what's gonna happen. But anyway,
ridiculous.
My number 3 is taking advantage of a division rival who made a very questionable decision. Peter Fairbanks, I think, would be a great addition to the backside of this bullpen. Then Hoffman doesn't have to be your full-time closer. Although he was nasty in the playoffs until the Game 7 of the World Series, of course. His whole problem all year was giving up home runs and untimely home runs, obviously. Not that there's a good time to give him up, but he was under 1 ERA, I think, in the playoffs, and then he gave up that home run in the 9th inning of Game 7. But him and Fairbanks, I think, takes a little pressure off of Hoffman as well. And again, what the fuck are the Rays doing? Just cutting loose Peter Fairbanks.
Yeah, he's been linked to.
I think the Blue Jays and Dodgers were the original top 2 apparently for him, but some other teams have naturally fit into the mix there. Peter Fairbanks would be good on any team, especially a Kentucky team. Yeah. So that is my number 3. I think it'd be great because then you have him, you have Hoffman. You have Varland, who I think pitched every single playoff game we had. Yeah. So it gives him a little bit of a break to Sir Anthony Dominguez. That all of a sudden your back end of your bullpen was a weakness, and now it's pretty solid.
Yeah. I don't mind it. All right, my number 3 is we gotta make a trade.
Okay.
The Red Sox need to make a trade. They need to trade Jarren Duran.
Oh, we got to project into who we're sending out too. I like that.
Yep. We're going to trade. Here's my trade. I give Minnesota a call. We were on this guy at the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
We give Minnesota a call. We say, hello. We will give you Jarren Duran. You can choose either Peyton Tolley or Connolly Early.
Who would you rather give up in that mix? If they said no, you can pick.
Tolley.
You'd rather trade?
Yeah, I think okay. Early's going to be a legitimately good starter. And I think Tolle is going to end up being. If we keep both these guys, I actually think Tolle is the closer after Chapman is out.
You mentioned that during the season, yeah.
Yeah, I think Tolle would be he comes out of the bullpen throwing a fucking 100.
Yeah.
If he gets one of his secondary pitches to be a good pitch, that dude's a fucking 50 save.
He just looks like a big fat ass dude. Just
he's just got a humper. Like he's just fucking out there throwing bullets. Nobody can touch him. Please. He's going to be a great, and I think he can be a good starter too. But early has already the secondary pitch stuff that's good, and he throws like 96, 97. He throws hard enough.
Right.
I would keep early if given the choice, but I would let the Twins choose. I'd say you're going to get Duran, you're going to get one of these pitchers, and then we'll give you one of our B-level prospects here. Maybe the password. You want the password? Here, take the password. You can take those three. Give me Joe Ryan. Give me Joe Ryan.
And they said and straight up, Breslow straight up said they're in the market for a number 2.
Yeah. I've seen some names that I would very much be okay with. Hunter Green from the Reds has come up in discussion. I don't think they would.
You're giving up
more than that.
You're giving up. They're going to ask for Roman. They're going to ask for him.
You're not getting Roman.
But I'm just saying they're going to ask for him. But you're giving up everybody.
If you're
everybody else, yes, you are.
They already know they're not going to pay that guy because of the.
It's like 3 years from now, though. They don't need to worry about that right now.
So if you're the Reds GM and I call you up and I go, hey, I'll give you Wilyer Abreu, Christian Campbell.
Oh, he has no value.
He's no value.
He's like a really expensive ass prospect right now.
Yeah, I mean he's still a top 10 guy ranked in the
I guess.
Or I say, hey, you want Jarren Duran and Wilyer Abreu and Peyton Tolle and the password?
That doesn't get it done.
I mean, again, I haven't brought up Hunter Green. I'm not looking at him.
I'm just that's very difficult.
A name like him, Sandy Alcantara, is a guy.
That's a very cheap one.
He's a guy I would be all right with.
I would like that. Yeah.
Joe Ryan would be my number 1 guy I would go after. Dylan Cease as well would be on my short list if San Diego was.
I was considering
interested. Yes. Is he a free agent actually, technically?
Yep.
Okay, so you wouldn't even have to trade, so you could just sign him. I think the Red Sox, when it comes to the starting pitcher, I think the Red Sox would rather trade for that guy than pay that guy because I think they know they need to pay some hitters. Yeah. So, but that would be my third is to get a legitimate number 2 guy behind Crochet, and Joe Ryan would be my move.
Well, my trade idea is someone you mentioned briefly in that. It is the Blue Jays trading Jose Barrios just to get that contract out of the books. He only has 1 year left, so it's kind of like this is a kind of a thing where you trade him to a shitty team, they take on the big deal for 1 year, and they just say, fuck you, have fun.
Yeah.
And our former top pitching prospect before Trey Savage became a top 5 pitcher in the American League all of a sudden this offseason, postseason, Ricky Tiedemann for Sandy Alcantara.
Okay, there you go.
And then you'd roll out a 5 in my scenario of Framber Valdez, Gausman, Savage, Bieber, and Alcantara. That's the best starting 5 in the MLB. You have like you have like 5 number 2s on that. It's like all 5 number 2s.
I mean, I think you would rival the team that just beat you, and I think that's who you're competing with.
Yeah, fair. And the American League, number 1 in the American League.
Yeah. I think the Dodgers have a rotation that would probably be equal to, but like that's who you're going after. So, yeah, I mean that would make me worried if we had to get in a playoff series with you, like
because then it also gives Alcantara. He didn't have a great year obviously off of Tommy John last year, but it gives him no pressure. He's the man of the Marlins. You're like the 4th at your peak, I guess. If you return to peak Cy Young Alcantara, he'd be the 1st or second, depending on what you feel your Savage's ceiling is on the staff. But he has no pressure. He can be the 5th best starter. We're fine with that.
Yeah,
and it gives you flexibility in the postseason. Again, you don't have to. You got lucky that your Savage is an absolute dog, but you don't have to do that next time and bring up a guy and hope to God. You don't have to sign a 45-year-old Max Scherzer. You don't have to have Chris Bassett start a playoff game. It gives you way more options. And Bassett was unstoppable out of the bullpen. Have him be your longer reliever next year if you want to bring him back. If you did this, he was unhittable in the playoffs out of the bullpen. Chris Bassett, which makes no sense. There was like 88 miles per hour, but yeah, that's my number 4. I have one more after this, but this is my last one. I won't say what it is yet, but this is kind of in place of two of mine. I don't think this is all going to happen, but it's like, if the first one doesn't happen, I think it's almost like your wild card, like a 5%. Actually, I think it has like a 40%, 30% chance of happening, but it's still like what I would start sweating a little bit, like out of happiness, like if it happened, type of thing.
I don't believe this report is real.
Okay.
But a report came out within the last handful of days that said that somebody in San Diego.
Oh yeah, no, I was considering this as well.
One of my favorite players in the league.
I think we would have a better chance if we wanted him than you did.
Fernando Tatis Jr. could be available. Which, if you're the Padres, why the fuck would he be available?
They're selling now. You didn't hear this?
That's
why they went all in last year. It's because they knew it was the last year. Because now they're selling the team, so they're gonna trade off money. And no one's taking Bogarts from Machado's money.
No.
So they have to find money somewhere. That's why they're not bringing Cease back. That's why people think they're going to trade all the bullpen offers they traded for on the deadline. That's why this is coming up. They do have to shed money. When you sell an organization...
Does he even have a big contract?
Yeah, it's like a 15-year deal, too.
So, yeah, I would call San Diego and I would
He's their only tradable contract because no one's taking Machado and Bogarts.
Yeah.
He is in year 3 of a 14-year, $340 million contract.
Yeah, but nowadays that's a bargain, dude.
Yeah, he's making like 30-ish a year pretty much because it was very backloaded.
Yeah,
it is, but I'm just saying it is real money trading $300 million away.
Well, guess what? The Red Sox got rid of one of those contracts last year.
Yeah, that's the only reason I don't think it would happen.
So guess what?
You guys have the things to trade them.
Yes, we do. I would call them up and I'd say anyone but Roman.
What if they said Roman straight up? This was brought up. Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe do a podcast.
Yes, it's a good one.
This was brought up. Yeah, it is. Plouffe brought this up to Rose because they brought up the Tatis rumors. They said, "What if it was straight up Roman for Tatis?" I think I would do it.
He would be the only one that I think I would. I think there's two guys. I'm not including
even run somewhat realistically. Yeah,
Acuna for me. I would think. I would think about.
You wouldn't just hang up the phone right away. You'd at least hang up, call it a little bit.
I'd be like, give me an hour. I'll call you back.
Yeah.
I'll call you back.
I would. JPJ, he's only 26.
I get it.
And you hope Roman Anthony becomes as good as him.
I mean, Roman was fucking good this year.
He's not as good as Fernando Tatis. Let's call that a little bit. Today,
he's not. But as a 21-year-old, what I saw from Roman Anthony and that 2.5 months was the best player that I've seen on the team in since Mookie.
What if Scuba was on like a 7-year contract? Would you trade Roman for him?
No, he's too old.
All right. So,
but I would.
He's 29. He's not that old.
Detroit is potential. Scuba.
Yeah, that's the other big trade. The two biggest names being even remotely thrown around publicly is Tatis and Scuba trade wise.
If the Red Sox could pull something out of their ass and get Crochet and Scuba. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, but only for 1 year, though. You're not signing Scuba.
Why not?
Because he's not going to take the Crochet deal. He's taking $40 million a year.
Yeah, but maybe Crochet took that deal so we could do
that was not in the forefront. The thoughts 2 years beforehand.
Yeah.
All right, what if you had to give up Roman for Tatis, or you give up Meyer, Password, Duran, or Bray, whichever one.
You can both.
And Tolley for Scuba. You can do one of those. Which one are you doing? So basically everybody but Roman for Scuba or just Roman for Tatis?
So you said Meyer, Password.
Yep. One of the corner outfielders. Bray or Duran, whichever.
Yeah, I would trade Tolley, Duran, Meyer, and the Password for Scuba in a fucking minute.
But it's guaranteed 1 year only.
What, you can't sign him at all?
But it's just, what if he said though? I'm not saying I won't come back here, but I'm testing the market.
Yeah, no, I think you get a World Series. You muted.
Then you're lost them. You're not beating the Dodgers or whoever in that free agency. You're just not. And neither are we. I'm not saying we will.
Yeah, that's fine. I think with those two guys, I think you could win a World Series. So I would make the deal.
Do we think there's
the World Series.
Any chance Skeens doesn't end up in LA?
Yeah, I think he could end up in New York or Boston. I think your guys will make a run at him.
I think people will make a run at him, and I think a real run at him. What are you giving up for him? What if they said he was available this offseason?
He would be a guy. I would probably flip Roman for.
What if they wanted more? because they would.
And I would tell them to fuck themselves.
What if they said Roman, Tolley, and Duran?
Nope.
I think I would say, dude, he's sick.
No, dude. No, I understand he's sick. I get it. But no, Skeens would be a guy that I would be like, all right, that's the one I would be like, all right, 1-on-1, 1-for-1. This is young, 21-year-old, 22 stud for stud.
It's like 22-year-old Skeens or whatever, too.
Yeah, exactly. Like this is stud for stud here, guys. This is what we're doing. I think
that's gonna hurt me if he goes.
My thing is like Roman is under contract for the next 8 years for like $12 million a year.
Yeah, but if you trade it for, I'm saying this offseason, Skeens is under control for 5 years, I think. Still.
I know. So you would be trading assets that are.
He just turned 23. I thought he was older than that.
Yeah, he won the Cy Young yesterday, by the way.
With a 1.90 ERA, which is why wins don't matter. He was 10-10 and had a 1.90 ERA. That's why wins don't fucking matter for pitchers.
Yeah.
By the way, the reason I bring up the Dodgers is because they're the Dodgers, but also I know, and I just wanted to double check because obviously he went to LSU. He is from California as well.
So go pitch for the fucking Giants or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on,
go pitch for the Angels.
Oh no, I don't want to wish that on.
You know what? Go to the A's.
Turn
around.
Although,
the A's got a good lineup.
I think they're gonna make a splash once they're in Vegas. Once they're in Vegas, I think.
Yeah, playing at their fucking minor league ballpark for 2 more years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it could line up when Skeens is available. Actually,
just saying.
But what was the last one we got distracted? Potential Tatis.
Tatis.
All right, so what's your package? I forgot. Go ahead.
I would call them up and I would offer. Well, I mean, for them,
you say pick 5 of anything but Anthony.
Yeah, it's anyone but Roman. I'd go Meyer, Duran.
One of the pitchers. Password. And then you have to
Campbell. I give him Campbell. I don't give a shit.
I don't think anybody wants him though.
All right. Well, I mean, I would gladly
think
keep
about
Campbell.
it.
I think he's going to be a good player.
I think you would have to, and hope you'd have to be the one to make his trade value better. Because right now to other teams, he's a AAA-er that makes $10 million a year. Who the fuck wants that? I think he has way more upside, obviously, but I just mean right now, you're selling very low.
Yeah.
My last one again, they wouldn't do this in addition to Alcantara and Valdez, and I do think we're probably going to be like in the Tucker sweepstakes, the top 3 team in the mix for him, as has been reported. Tetsuya Amaya, the pitching prospect, is going to be posted the 19th of November, I believe they said.
Yeah. I want the other guy. I want the hitter. More
you don't. Look at his underlyings. He stinks bad. Trust me.
Left-handed corner outfit.
He bats 0.6 against pitchers over 93 miles per hour.
Is that true?
Yes. He has a 60 batting average of pitches over 93 miles per hour.
Huh. All right.
He is ass. I would say, by the way, right now, if the Blue Jays somehow sign him, I'd be pissed. So just to keep me consistent. So I'm not going to come back on there and throw my ass in a circle if he signs with the Blue Jays. I want Amai. And again, I would fully admit I fall in love with the Japanese pitchers. Otani, Yamamoto, Sasaki, all have worked out. Hold on.
I heard the dogs.
There they go fighting. But yeah, I want Amai. And I don't think he's going to be super expensive, which all the projections is he won't be. And I would love that. And if that means that would probably knock Valdez out of the sweepstakes because Alcantara doesn't make that much money and it would be a trade. So obviously in place of Valdez, please, no fucking brainer in my opinion.
Fair enough.
It's not as outlandish as Tatis getting traded to the Red Sox or anybody else, but it's still like you're still signing an international player, so who the fuck knows? You automatically put the Dodgers there, but then you also put all the West Coast teams because all the Japanese players love going to the West Coast. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if he did sign with the East Coast team, it would be like a Blue Jays or Yankees. Fair. Or Mets, I guess.
Yeah, but that's what I want. We could use a bullpen arm as well, and like a Fairbanks. A Fairbanks would be right.
I think you guys will make a call then.
Ryan Helsley is another name that I've heard thrown around. I know he was not great.
Edwin Diaz is a
Diaz, yeah. Like I think we could use another guy. I do think Tolley will elevate himself.
Yankees legend.
The 8th and 9th are fine. We clearly have those on lock with Whitlock and Chapman. So. Yeah. We need to find, and it could be Tolley or whoever, but we need to find that 7th inning guy that's gonna. Or we need to find that guy that's gonna take care of the 6th and the 7th if the pitchers only go 5.
I think you could seamlessly put Tolley there for the 6th, 7th, and or 8th now.
I agree,
and then he could replace Chapman next year. Or 2 years from now.
That's what I actually think. I think Tolley will be in the bullpen out of the gate next year, and I could see Early being the 5th starter if they are not traded for bigger moves.
Right.
But I think it's you got to get the hitters, and you got to make a trade for a legitimate number 2 guy behind Crochet.
And especially when Breslow comes out and says those things publicly.
And he's been very.
And he doesn't do that. And he doesn't do that.
And he's been very out in the open and very upfront about we're looking for a top line starter to put behind Garrett, and we're looking to add power to the lineup. It's like, okay, man, no, go fucking do it though. Because for 2 years, last year or 2 years ago, it was like foot on the gas or whatever the fuck it was. And, then, we're going to do that. And they end up not doing that. Now, last year was a little bit better. They traded for Crochet. They did sign Bregman. So I give them credit for last year. But the couple of years before that, and even they should have spent more last year than they did. But, they've always talked a big game and haven't followed it up. Breslow needs to whip it out on the table. That's what he needs to do.
I don't know if he has much to work with there, but
that's fine. You still got to whip it out. Anyway.
At some point, you just got to pull it out, right?
Yes. That's my Red Sox dream.
And we'll get more into baseball again as the first week of December rolls around. That's when everything starts to happen with the winter meetings because all the GMs and players and stuff are in the same fucking building.
Yeah.
For a week at a time. So
agreed.
Yeah, we'll be probably slow with baseball for another week or two, but I mean, the NFL season and college football full swing. So.
Oh yeah. Well, speaking of college football, I know obviously we talked about it last week. Your team's going to have a new head coach going into next year, but the play, we're in week 12. There's only 14 weeks, so we're a few weeks away from the regular season being over. Then it's bowls, then it's the playoffs, and all this stuff. So, how is college football? How's it looking? Any big games down there? Obviously, we'll have the conference championship games in a few weeks and things like that. But how's the landscape of college football looking?
The big argument, I guess, because the college football the playoff rankings came out 2 weeks ago for the first time, and the new ones came out this past Tuesday. And the argument, that's being argued about with all the podcasts and shows now and media is, will the ACC even have a team in the playoff? Because there's a real scenario with, listen to this, I'm just trying to get the exact numbers.
Clemson stinks, right?
Well, no, but listen. Duke has 4 losses already this season, but they only have 1 in the ACC. They've lost every non-conference game they've played. So there's a chance they have 4 or 5 losses, but could be in the ACC championship game. If they have 4 or 5 losses and win the ACC is not going to get a team in the playoffs.
That's fair.
So does that put another group of 5 team?
Are they the best team in the
They're
ACC?
tied for there's 5 teams tied for first, let's see. Some teams have played more games than each other. Obviously, they will play the same at the end of the day. But
you got Georgia Tech's in
you
there.
have
Clemson's
Duke 4-1, SMU 4. These are all the 1-loss teams. Duke 4-1, SMU 5-1, Pitt 5-1, Virginia 5-1, Georgia Tech 5-1. So and Georgia Tech still has to play Georgia and stuff at the end of the year. Georgia, Miami's 15th, even though they have 2 losses. Georgia Tech is 16th. Virginia's 19th. Louisville's 20th. Pittsburgh's 22nd. That's my point. I didn't say Duke in the rankings, and they're potentially going to be in the ACC championship game.
Well, you would think that those other teams could beat Duke, though.
But they all have. Well, only one of them would play them, obviously.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. But they're better teams than Duke.
But there's a lot of teams are almost guaranteed another loss. Georgia Tech plays at Georgia. That's on the ACC, but I just mean another loss to kick them out of the rankings, kind of. Pittsburgh this week plays at Notre Dame. Virginia and Duke play each other, so that's going to knock one of them out. So that's my So there's a very realistic chance Duke's going to have 4 or 5 losses and make the ACC championship. So that's kind of the big some saying ACC deserves a bid no matter what. Some are saying no, a team with 4 losses, fuck you. That type of thing. That's kind of the argument this week. But in terms of games this week, like I said, you have Pitt and Notre Dame. That's very important for both teams. You have Oklahoma at Alabama.
Yep.
Iowa and USC. Virginia and Duke are this week, so that's important for the ACC. It's not really a huge ranked game, but in terms of the ACC. And then you have some sneaky games. Texas and Georgia are kind of the nightcap as well. But then you have sneaky games. They have to be careful, even though the team's kind of bad. Ole Miss is playing Florida. Florida is 3-6. They're in a worse spot than LSU, but it's the same concept of you can't just sleepwalk because they still have a bunch of 4 and 5 stars on the team. You know what I mean? Texas Tech plays Central Florida, who's always a tough out. Cincinnati plays Arizona, who's always a tough out. And then like for there's a guaranteed group of 5 team that makes the playoff, which means not SEC, ACC, Big 12, or Big 10. And for that sake, Navy and South Florida are playing this week, which is huge for that as well.
Wow. Okay.
And then like another sneaky one, South Carolina is hosting Texas A&M.
Okay.
So that's South Carolina stinks, but again, they have a 5-star quarterback. They have 5 stars all over the place. So
yeah,
who knows? But yeah, so this is kind of like a sneaky week, like a don't slip up type of shit, with 2 big games surrounding it, in Georgia and Texas being the main one there.
So you mentioned Pittsburgh, and I saw a viral clip.
Oh God, Pat Narduzzi, that idiot.
No. This is Barstool stuff.
Okay.
Big Cat, he was on whatever show that he does, and he said, so Pitt, right? You would assume NFL Hall of Famers, you're going to have Larry Fitzgerald as a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And Aaron Donald is a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
When those 2 guys get into the Hall of Fame, Pittsburgh will then be the 3rd. They will have the 3rd most NFL Hall of Famers out of all the schools.
Dan Marino, obviously.
Yeah. So if we are counting Larry Fitzgerald and Aaron Donald, if we're counting them, that would put Pittsburgh at 12 Hall of Famers that have come out of Pittsburgh. And that would be second. You're muted. That would be second. Well, technically the 3rd most, because the top 2 teams are tied at 14.
So Fitz and Donald make 12, so there's 10 right now?
There's 10 right now.
All right, Dan Marino's one of them.
Yep.
Jarrell Revis, is he in?
Yep.
I'm going to obviously end up... Curtis Martin definitely is in.
Yep. Those are the 3 most...
recent.
No. Yeah, those are the 3 most recent guys. The rest are all older players. One of them is more known as a coach than a football player, but was a good football player.
Ditko went to Pitt.
Yeah.
He's probably in.
He's in there.
Is he in as a player or a coach?
I think he didn't coach at Pitt, dude.
I mean, he coached in the NFL, though. He's in the Hall of Fame.
No, I think he's in as a coach. I think he's in.
Yeah, I know he didn't coach at Pitt.
I was like, what? One of them is
Tony Dorsett, the Cowboys guy.
Yeah,
I don't know if I'm going to get any more after that.
Yeah, the other ones are Jimbo Covert, I believe is an offensive lineman.
Of course, dude.
Chris Dolman.
Okay.
Russ Grimm. I know Russ Grimm.
Yeah, I've heard that name.
And then Ricky Jackson and Joe Schmidt.
I've never heard of any of those people other than Grimm.
So Notre Dame and USC have the most. They're tied at 14. They have the most. Currently, right now, Michigan is 3rd with 11. And then you have Pitt and Ohio State both have 10. But Pitt will have 12 because those 2 guys are guaranteed.
That's crazy.
That doesn't think you don't think of Pittsburgh when you think of college football.
No.
I heard them talking about it. That it's a random thing. I don't even know why I brought, but you had mentioned Pittsburgh, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. That's crazy.
Well, the clip I would thought you were talking about is Pat Narduzzi, Pittsburgh's coach, said and during the press conference, he doesn't care if they win, and he doesn't care if they lose 113-0 because it's not an ACC game, and that's all he cares about.
Oh,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. That's an idiotic thing to say.
Like, I don't know how that's going to go for his players though. Are they going to go again? Are they going to fall asleep and lose 60-0 and be like fuck you, or are they going to be like, all right, fuck you, we're going to go beat Notre Dame?
I understand what he might be trying to do there.
I do too, but like, shut up.
But yeah, that's a dumb thing to say. Anything else on the college? I
don't know if I can legally expose what I was going to say.
Oh yeah, what the hell?
But I will just say this. The biggest recruiting site in the world is Rivals and On3. They have formed into one website now. So On3 is like the biggest website, right? That's college recruiting, stuff like that. You know how much people love that shit in college, how much they love to talk about recruiting and stuff. So they have message boards, which like fans can talk and stuff. And they have a site for every team. It's insane on On3. So if you pay, you can have a premium membership or whatever, but you can only comment on that team's message boards that you subscribe to, but you can still view the other ones. You just can't comment on them. The Florida guy that runs the Florida site, UF, Gators Online, I believe is like the tag name of their site, was talking shit to Ole Miss fans that think they have a chance to keep Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin is heavily rumored to go to Florida or LSU.
Yeah.
So the Florida guy is screenshotting LSU and Ole Miss message boards, like talking shit like about like it would be like if I commented on it and the guy that runs the Gators online, like you should. That's kind of unprofessional, dude. Don't you think? Especially when it's like definitely not confirmed that Lane Kiffin's going to Florida.
Yeah.
So let's just say there's a couple people on the LSU message boards that I may be a part of, allegedly, that have found that guy's information and pretended to be an analyst at Ole Miss and is texting him that Lane Kiffin's going to Florida. Let's just say that has allegedly happened. And he may have allegedly put it behind his paywall on his site and ran with the information. Let's just say that might have happened. Me and two other gentlemen. Shout out to Michael and Jed. Thank you.
That has to be illegal.
No, it's definitely not illegal.
Did you just out yourself to a crime?
That's not illegal. That's absolutely not illegal. To text somebody? How is that illegal?
Yeah, but you're giving them false information.
I could just say I'm Lane Kiffin's cousin. What's the difference?
Yeah.
It's not illegal, please. Please. If it is illegal, my name is
I have nothing
Billy
to do
Johnson
with it.
and Tennessee.
I have nothing to do with it.
JPJ is actually the one that started this.
I live nowhere near it. I have nothing to do with it.
I don't live next to it, really, technically.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about these games. There was a game that happened last night. It was a shit game. It was a
to be fair, every
game.
fucking Thursday night game stinks, by the way.
Yeah. The New England Patriots, our New England Patriots, improved to an NFL best 9-2.
That's correct.
Last night with a 27-14 victory over the New York Jets, who fall to 2-8. Not a good football team.
Not a good quarterback.
Drake May was good, I would say. I don't think he was great, but I thought he was good. I thought Steph Diggs was fucking awesome in that game last night. I just thought he was awesome. Anytime May needed a big catch, it was Diggs. He just was incredible last night. Travion Henderson scores 3 touchdowns. All the touchdowns for the Patriots were scored by Travion Henderson. 2 on the ground, 1 in the air. Yeah, I mean, look, the Patriots did that thing where they just give up an opening touchdown because that's just what the fuck they do apparently every week, and then it was so
annoying.
And then it was game over from there for the most part. Look at you and I were talking offline, and I said, look, this is just a game to me, even though it's the Jets, that I had an uneasy feeling about it. I thought we would win, but I actually thought it would go kind of how we went last night. Like, just get in there, do what you got to do, and get the fuck out. That's it. You got 10 days off. You got the mini bye. Get healthy. Milton Williams got a little banged up. He's fine, but I think they purposely didn't play him because they were like, we don't need you to play to take care of this, so just rest because we're going to need you the rest of the way type of thing.
Vrabel said that. Yeah.
Again, listen, it is what it is, dude. Easy schedule or not, 9-2.
Oh, we did beat the Bucs and Bills as well. Man.
Yeah,
on the road both games.
9-2.
Yep. So we head into the first game of Sunday. Certainly 2 teams that are not 9-2. The Commanders with nobody available, I believe, against the Miami Dolphins with everybody available, but who cares?
This is a Madrid game. This is in Madrid.
Hey, the Bernabeu.
Yeah, this is in Madrid.
Thank you.
Is that where? That's where they
Santiago Bernabeu.
Okay, so that's where they're playing.
That is where it is located.
All right.
And the clubs are on an international break right now, so no soccer clubs are playing. It's just all the international teams playing right now, so it is available. But yeah, the Commanders and the Dolphins in Madrid. What do you think?
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders, they got no one.
Which is why I'm picking them.
Yeah, no Jaden, no McLaurin.
Which is why I'm picking the Washington Commanders.
Is Debo playing?
I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's just the Dolphins looked too good last week to do that again, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah. And then your Carolina Panthers need to bounce back after last week, JPJ. They looked like dog shit.
They did.
They traveled to Atlanta to play the Falcons, who they beat 30-0 last time they met.
Yep, and the Falcons are going to beat them this week. So that's what I got. You know I don't like picking against my Panthers.
No, you don't.
But this is a game. This is a revenge game for the Falcons. I bet you they've been waiting for this one. They were embarrassed with that 30-0. 30-0.
They kind of stink too, by the way.
They do. They're 3-6. They're not great.
They're
not great.
Is Michael Penix ass? Some are saying.
I think I need to see a little bit more still, but it's not trending well.
I'll tell you right now, they will 100% be in the market in 2027 draft if he plays like this next season.
Yeah, I'll tell you who's not ass though.
Bijan Robinson,
Drake London, and Bijan, but Drake
Monster. Yeah, he'll be requesting a trade at some point.
London is a fucking monster, dude. That game he had against the Pats, holy shit.
To be fair, we also did just keep putting Marcus Jones on him for some reason.
That's fair, but he was
no, he's a dog, please. He got Gonzalez that one time.
Yeah, no, this is the Falcons exacting revenge on my Panthers. I don't expect this to go well for the Panthers.
I think the Panthers might end 5-12. All right,
I hope not. They're frisky.
They're dog shit. Bryce Young, horrendous quarterback. And then we have a very good game here, JPJ. But it's a very good game on paper, but it's also like one of these teams are going to be in serious trouble with a loss. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to, I don't even know what the name is. High Market, isn't it? It's not Ralph Wilson anymore, right?
Yeah, it's High Market.
Orchard Park to face the Bills, who are both coming off losses. Of course, the Bucs are Patriots, and the Bills to the at that point 2-7 Miami Dolphins as what, like 18-point favorites or something.
Yeah.
They got dominated, by the way. They lost wire to wire to the Dolphins. So you can't really use the pissed off factor for either team because they're both going to be like that. I went first with the Panthers and Falcons, actually, so you go ahead.
I hate to do it because we're big Baker guys, but I'm going Buffalo here.
It could be a tough week for your Baker and your Bryce and your
I'm going
JBJ's
Buffalo
co-teams might have a tough Sunday.
I think the Buccaneers are a better team when fully healthy. I do. Yeah. But I think in Buffalo, the Bills really
I'll tell you right now, the division's over if they lose.
Oh, without
it'd question. Be a 3.5 game lead because we have the tiebreaker as well.
Yeah, and I think Josh, and we've talked about it. I think Josh Allen knows this team ain't it.
I said this weeks ago though, and you finally came around to it. He has the Brady 2019 look on him every time they show him on the bench. He's like, this team just fucking stinks.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot to throw, and Kincaid's out, who's like his only reliable guy.
He's their best receiver, even though he's
he's like truly their only reliable guy, and he's out.
You can't really run on the Bucs too much. I know Travion broke a couple, but other than that, he had 1.8 yards a carry.
Yeah.
So James Cook is a home run hitter. Sometimes not much as Travion, but if Cook, there's a chance Cook doesn't break one, he's going to average 1.5 yards a carry in that game. Yeah. And I just don't know if Josh Allen has enough around him.
Yeah, but
I'm going Buff.
I am. I'm taking Buffalo in this game. I think this is I think they're going to do
it.
I think the spread is too much, though. 5.5.
Yes.
That's too high.
I will say, even though I went 12-1 last week, and JPJ went, what? I gained 3 on you, so you went, 9-4? I want to go to the Bucs to be different here, but I don't need to catch as much as I do yet. I gained a couple games last week. But I feel like this is going to be the year where the Bills barely make the playoffs and then use that to have a good offseason. So I do think they drop this one. I think they make the playoffs at 10-7 or something like that. And they would lose a game like this if I have them going 10-7. So I think the Bucs bounce back a little bit. And shout out to Baker, of course, like always.
Yeah, love Baker. All right, that's fair. Look, I would be very happy if the Buccaneers won that game.
Yeah, you should want the Bucs to win for Baker and the division. So it works perfectly, really.
Of course.
And then we have the Texans and the Titans. The Texans need it, obviously. Yeah, they're getting hot. CJ Stroud starts to look like a competent NFL quarterback again. The defense is going to be top 5 to 7 all year. Derek Stingley, shout out LSU legend. Great defense, especially pass defense, incrable.
You can get tickets to this game for
for $14.
$14.
Yes, you can. I still think that's too much money. Give me the Titans can't pass the ball, and the Texans can't stop any. They can't. They don't let anybody pass the ball, so the Texans win this by default.
Oh yeah. The Texans are gonna. Yeah, this is Texans all day. They're gonna get the 500 with this win. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we have a very interesting game here. It's going to be kind of a fraud watch game for the Bears. Is their winning streak recently against bad teams real or not? Because they travel to the Vikings. The Vikings, it's pretty much a pick 'em, 2.5 points for the Vikings. JJ McCarthy, aka 9, is dog shit. I tried to tell you this. You were very horny after that Monday night game against the Bears, funnily enough, week 1. I tried to tell you, trust me, he is ass. And boy, has he been ass since he's came back from injury. What do you go, 18 for 42 or something last week or something insane like that?
Yeah, something like that.
He was not good against a banged up Ravens team too, by the way. It's just, I don't ever believe in the Bears. I don't think JJ is as awful as he's been the last 2 weeks. I don't think he's good. I've been on that train. To be fair, I have been on that train since he got drafted. That you got to give me that. But again, I think this is a the Vikings aren't as bad as they've been, and the Bears aren't as good as they've been. So we kind of find its level there, and I'll take the Vikings by default, kind of.
This is a tough game to choose.
It's not easy.
But I believe in Ben Johnson.
Yeah, that's fair.
And listen,
and Caleb's talented enough where if you have that scheme, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Caleb's been good. I would say that
he's been good.
He's been good this last 3-4 games or so. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I think they've kind of hit a stride, and I think Ben Johnson's feeling it a little bit.
True.
So I'm gonna take the Bears.
You wouldn't be surprised if Caleb turned into a pumpkin, though, right? And got
no.
Okay, I'll just make it sure. I don't know how far you were going with the Caleb stuff. Packers against Jameis Winston. Finally, at least we're gonna have some fun watching the Giants game. We don't have to deal with fucking Russell Wilson throwing 3-yard checkdowns and pick sixes all fucking day. The Packers travel to the Giants after 2 stinkers in a row by the Packers. I mean, they looked like the worst offense in the history. I would love to see them play the Jets last week with those 2 offenses. Oh my god! But I'm going Packers. Just bounce back. They're not as bad. They're not going to be. I don't think they're 5-4 bad. Which would be they lose here, and that means they would have lost to who the fuck did they lose to? The Panthers, right? Yeah. I don't think they're going to lose to the Panthers, Eagles, and Giants back to back. The Eagles much better than the other 2, obviously, but
that game was kind
of a get right. Oh, it was the worst game I've ever seen.
What a dreadful game.
Between that and the Thursday night game was the Broncos and Raiders last week, which was 10-7. Both games were 10-7.
Yeah, awful.
Just, but I think the Packers went disgustingly. I think it's like 16-3 or something awful like that.
Yeah, I think the Packers. Packers as well here for me.
Just no Dart kind of kills any chance that the.
Yeah.
As much as I don't think Dart's great, and I've been on that train too since the season started.
He has a
little bit of like he'll win the games he shouldn't win type of thing.
Yeah.
They were up by 3 touchdowns on the Broncos and then lost that game.
Mm-hmm.
He wins weirdly these type of games, but he'll lose to the Panthers or something. Like he'll lose to the Browns.
Yeah.
Another interesting game at the very least. Reports are that Joe Burrow will be coming back for the Thanksgiving game, which is luckily right after we play them. They're traveling to the Steelers, and the Bengals absolutely have to win this or they're gone. They're done. I know Joe Burrow, they could go 7-0, and I don't think it really matters in the division. After that, the Steelers are kind of dog shit, which we both thought was going to happen eventually. Mm-hmm. We thought it was going to start high with the Aaron Rodgers thing, and then it slowly was going to wear off on them, and it looks exactly like that's what's happening. Who you got in this one? Joe Flacco's unbelievable, by the way.
He is.
That defense is piss ass stink.
That's
dog
my thing.
Shit.
But again, Pittsburgh's offense is fucking trash. Really.
No, it's not really. It is awful.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has 1,800 passing yards in 9 games. That's barely 200 yards a game.
Yeah. He's got 18 touchdowns, though.
Yeah, they're all... aren't they like all to the tight ends besides like 3 of them or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Here's my thing. I hate the Steelers, so I'm picking the Bengals. It's probably not smart, though, but I'm picking the Bengals because fuck the Steelers.
Who do I have? I have the Bengals down, just not because... Well, it is fuck the Steelers, but that's not why. I really think this is I said this before the season too. I think this is the year Tomlin finally goes under 500. I just think the Aaron Rodgers thing, he wears off on organizations, and he's not good enough to negate that anymore. When he was with the Packers, you didn't give a fuck how annoying he was and what weird trips he went on, and if he whatever all the weird shit he does in the offseason and stuff. You didn't care because he was Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean? It's like Tom Brady. If he cloned his dog when we had him, we wouldn't have given a fuck. Either, and he did the weird avocado ice cream. He was a fucking sociopath, best quarterback of all time. You don't care. He's not good enough to warrant that anymore. And I think and Tomlin hates that shit, and he'll tell him go fuck yourself because Tomlin's that kind of guy. I said that preseason. I don't think it's a good match because Rodgers doesn't like anybody talking to him, and Tomlin will tell him to go fucking die if he needs. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And I think that it's going to be an ugly game. Where that's gonna we're gonna see a blow up on the sideline of Tomlin like giving him a nasty look and Rodgers like waving him off or something, and it's gonna be because they're losing to like a bad team, and I think that could be this week.
Okay,
because you're not gonna get frustrated if you lose to like the Bills or the Patriots or the Chiefs. You're gonna get frustrated, but you're not gonna like lose your mind. Like we lost to a great team. If you lose at home to the Bengals when they're 3-7 or whatever, that's gonna be like, all right, what are we doing? Why are we?
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
Okay. I like it.
And I would say this is another kind of fraud watch game here. Chargers and Jaguars. Unfortunately, Travis Hunter's done for the season. Jaguars are at home as 2.5-point underdogs. Shockingly, the Chargers. Well, not shockingly, maybe, but this is kind of a. Are the Chargers really AFC West contenders? Never mind AFC. We'll get to AFC contenders eventually when they start playing the Chiefs and stuff. And then are the Jaguars? They're right now ahead of the Chiefs because they have the tiebreakers. They beat them on that Monday night game. So are they going to be able to stay afloat in the wild card picture? The division's done there. The Colts are 4 games up or whatever it is. I'm going to go first this game, I say. I have the Chargers, but this is a Chargers. It makes no sense that the Chargers would lose this game, so they would lose it. Has that game. And is there any revenge factor over? This is the game they lost after being up 24-3 in the playoffs a couple years ago to the Jaguars in Jacksonville, and they lost.
True.
But I don't know. I'm going with the Chargers, but this is a Chargers meltdown written all over it.
Okay. Yeah, my thing is I don't disagree with you because the Chargers usually do perform that way.
Yeah.
But I think the Jaguars are more fraudy than the Chargers.
No, I agree. Which is why I almost feel worse about the Chargers, though, because there's no reason they should lose. If this was like the Broncos, I'd feel pretty comfortable picking the Chargers.
That's fair. I don't know. I just feel like I trust the I trust the quarterback and the head coach of the Chargers way more than I do those positions on the Jaguars. I think Trevor Lawrence, I've been saying it, stinks.
Yep.
Stinks. So I'm taking the Chargers.
Okay. You will go first for the game of the week here, JPJ. Thank you, by the way, for the 4:00 slate. We have 2 bangers finally. After last week, we deserve this.
Let me tell you, these might be the 2 best teams in the league. Obviously, I guess
they're certainly the best in the NFC right now.
These 2 teams right here. This game right here. This is a good one.
JPJ, we start some fucking bangers here. 2 in the 4:00 slate. The Monday night game might be the worst game in the history of the NFL. But they shouldn't flex it. They should just black it out so no one can watch it.
Yeah.
Although if you have YouTube TV, you can't watch it. Anyway,
I would say Matt Stafford for me.
Yeah, he's one. I have him one.
I think he's the MVP.
I have him one. By the way, he has 1 less game played with these stats. By the way,
25 touchdowns and 2
less game played. 2 less games played because they've had a bye week and they haven't played yet this week.
Yeah, they played 9.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I have him one. I have Drake May number 2 just for everybody.
Yeah.
I have Matthew Stafford 1.
25 touchdowns, 2 picks.
And almost 2,500 yards in, again, 9 games.
Ridiculous.
And they've played some good teams, by the way.
They have. And they're at home.
Yep. Battle for the NFC West lead and battle for the number 1 seed as well, tied with the Eagles. But the Seahawks travel to the Rams, and it is a pick 'em basically, but I guess you get 3 points if you're at home. So the Rams are a half-point favorite if you want to be technical about it.
Yeah. Seahawks are undefeated on the road.
I think only them and us, I believe.
Yeah. And I've been kind of bullish.
The Broncos. The Broncos are at home. Sorry.
I've been bullish on the Seahawks last month or so. I think they're good. I think they're very good. Part of me wants to pick
JSN, man. Holy.
Insane. Insane. Man, this is a tough one. This game is these teams are dead fucking even to me.
I think it's pretty easy to be honest.
I'm gonna go Rams because they're home, but I would not be shocked at all if the Seahawks handled business.
I think the Seahawks run into here what we're gonna run into when we play like the Ravens. We're gonna have like a loss by like 10 points and just be like, all right, calm the fuck down a little bit here. You're very good. You're going to be in the mix. You could easily make it or even win the Super Bowl, which I think the Seahawks could do both of those things. And I think we could do both of those things. But it's like, you've been smelling your own ass for way too long here. We have the veterans. We've been there before. You haven't. The Seahawks as a team have, but none of those players have.
Yeah.
None of that regime staff-wise. So I think the Rams win comfortably, but not really. It's like a 10-point game, but it's really like a 6-point game during the game, and then the Rams might score a touchdown at the end to make it like a 2-possession game, something like that. Which again, spoiler alert for 3 weeks from now, whatever it is, I think that might happen if the Ravens are fully healthy, I should say. But yeah, I think the Rams win by like 10 or so here.
Okay. Yeah.
But again, if they play in the playoffs, I might pick the Seahawks. I think it's just like kind of a wake-up call game for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yep. Then the other NFC West teams battle out. The return of Brock Purdy, which is stupid. Mac Jones. I guess you got to give Brock Purdy the chance.
Yeah,
I do think if he throws 2 picks in the first half, Mac Jones is in there. By the way,
should be.
It could have been a battle of the Patriots quarterback room from however long ago. Mac Jones versus Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
by the way, Kyler Murray is now healthy. Well, he's on IR, but they said even if he was healthy, Jacoby Brissett would be starting this game, which I think is the right decision, as much as we both praised Kyler before the season started. But the Niners are 2.5-point favorites, which is a little weird. Going to Arizona to face the 3-6 Cardinals. Give me the Niners. I want to be like over the moon, like questioned if the Cardinals won, though. I could see that happening. But
yeah, I could see the Cardinals winning, but no, I got the Niners. The Niners are better. The Cardinals are banged up. Marvin Harrison's gone because he had emergency.
What? That shit really. My aunt's had it before. That really, you can be fine one day and then need it the next day. And if you wait too long, it explodes, like it bursts, and you could die. Yeah. So I'm glad he's healthy and on the mend, but he's not playing probably the rest of the season.
He's going to miss a handful of weeks or a decent amount of time. So they don't have him. They don't have Kyler Murray, even though Brissett's been pretty good.
They might not have Bam Knight either.
Yeah. So I think they're really banged up. Not that the Niners aren't, but getting Brock Purdy back, I think, might be a shot in the arm for the team. Like
it could go the other way too.
It could though, because Mac has played more than serviceable. He's been good. But I'm taking the Niners. I think that the level they're just too good.
Yep, I agree. Kind of a stinker here. We have the Ravens playing the Browns in Cleveland. The Ravens nearing full health. Lamar's fine. Derrick Henry's fine. Everybody else is on the defense is fine. Colin Hamilton, all those guys are back. I don't think this is much of a game. Give me the Ravens.
Yep, Ravens all day. Easy.
Boy, are they quickly back in the mix, because if the Bengals do upset the Steelers, they're tied for the division lead already.
Yep.
Does that division sneaky stink?
They're winning that division.
Oh, easily, I would say. By like 2 or 3 games, I would say.
Listen, the division stinks. The Browns are one of the worst teams in the league. That automatically lowers your division down. The Steelers are fraudulent.
Correct.
And
the Bengals have been injured.
The Bengals with Joe Burrow, but the Bengals need.
I don't think it matters. Weirdly,
I mean, they wouldn't be as bad as they are.
Their defense fucking sucks.
Yeah, but their defense has sucked for a while, and Burrow's been good.
Yeah, obviously, I'm an LSU fan. Joe Burrow's like my fucking god, but I just
Burrow going to the Super Bowl, man.
Was not this defense.
No, I understand that, but Burrow got him the Super Bowl my whole life.
Burrow's obviously better than fucking Joe Flacco. Like, that's like crazy here.
No, but I'm saying, what are they? 3-6? The Bengals?
They'd be 4-5.
No, they'd probably be 5-4.
That defense is the worst in the history of the league up to this point.
It might be, but I think Burrow is worth 2 to 3 wins.
Yeah, well, we won't have to find out, hopefully.
Yeah, no. The Ravens are winning this division. We've been saying it for weeks here.
Before Lamar became back.
Yeah, it's been written on the wall. Lamar, they were going to hang around, and then Lamar would come back and probably go fucking 9-1 when he plays, and they're going to win the division with 10-6. I mean, sorry, not 11-6, 10-7. They're going to win the division. They might not lose another game all year.
I think we're their hardest game.
Yeah, and I think they could easily beat us too.
Oh yeah, I just said I think they might. If riding for all, they might beat us by 10 points. But yeah, so our last 3:30 for me, 4:30 for you. The Chiefs at the Broncos. The Chiefs kind of have to win this to stay in the AFC West mix. Very similar to Buffalo. If Buffalo drops that game against Tampa, we'll be 3.5 games up. If the Broncos win this, that means obviously they beat them as well. Yep. So they would be 4.5 games up, because you would count the half game as a tiebreaker. Yeah. So they would be 4.5 games up on the Chiefs with 6 to go. The division's over if they win this game.
I agree,
but I don't think they will. So
the
Chiefs.
Yeah, I got the Chiefs. The Chiefs being 5-5 is just not a thing I can.
It's like the Ravens. 4-5. I don't care. I don't even care that the 5-4 the Chiefs. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, the Chiefs being 5-5 is not something I'm just like, no, I don't see. Like, it just doesn't feel. They're coming off a bye. They'll be rested. It'll be a tough game. The Broncos defense is incredible. Mm-hmm. Like, they're not going to make it easy. I'm not.
No, I think this is like 17-13.
Exactly. I'm not expecting the Chiefs to go in there and win by 17 points.
Right.
However, the Chiefs win fucking big games like this. It's what they do. It's what they've always done.
The Chiefs' defense is okay enough, and Bo Nix has been bad enough where they're going to keep Mahomes in the game. And if you keep him lingering around long enough, he's going to fucking hurt you. I don't care how good the defense is.
Yeah, and coming off a bye, they're rested. I'm taking the Chiefs. They need this win. They cannot fall.
Isn't there like
500.
A record where Andy Reid's like 1,000,002 after a bye week or something? Isn't there like a stat like that? It's just insane.
Probably.
And then we get into just another beautiful game here. Although no Sam Laporta, by the way, that came out during this podcast. He is out, the star tight end for the Lions, but they travel to the Link to face the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, who might not have an offense. But Or did they find a way to win disgusting, fucking horrible football games?
Win games. One of the
But
uglier.
we will still
great
say
teams
this:
to watch.
the most boring team in the league. We've said this for weeks. And again, we wouldn't give a fuck if we were the Eagles. How boring we are, and Eagles fans probably don't either because they keep winning. But as an outside fan, they are so fucking boring to watch. But yeah, give me I have the Lions winning this. I think the Eagles have kind of stuck around and won these ugly games too often that they're due to drop one. Excuse me. But yeah, that's really the only reason. They've kind of been playing with fire for too long.
Yeah.
Not that I think they'll go on a streak or anything, but they lose another game or two this season.
Yeah, no, I also like the Lions here. Listen, you're gonna tell me if Philly wins, am I gonna be shocked? Like, no, they're fucking unbelievable. But with that being said, they are as bad, not bad as in bad, but like as bad a great team to watch as I can remember. As I can remember.
And I can, again, they've gotten to this so far down the line, but if we played them in the Super Bowl and lost, it would be the most frustrating loss of the season, not just because of the Super Bowl, but just because it's like you see how awful they are at times, and you're like, we can't just beat that. Like, we can't do better than that. But by the way, no, you can't. You just can't beat that. It just doesn't happen. You just don't beat it.
The Lions, I think this is an NFC Championship preview easily.
Sure.
I like the Lions. I like Dan Campbell. He took over the offensive play calling. They dropped 44 points, whatever the fuck it was. Yeah, man. Listen, I've been saying it all year. I was wrong about Dan Campbell. I was wrong about the Lions.
Yeah,
I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong about it. I underestimated
especially after week
them.
1, they got their ass kicked by the Packers too. It was looking good there.
Yep, but I underestimated them.
Yeah.
They're good. You know how they usually put like the stats of the players?
I have the same thing up. Yeah,
it's all Lions.
It's no Eagles.
There's
player.
no Eagles guys. Like the top passer, the top
only
rusher,
other game. There's only 2 other games like that. It's the Ravens and Browns and the game we're about to talk about.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions, even though I expect this to be a doozy. A doozy.
Yep. Yeah, I just there's two NFC games that could be championship game previews: the Seahawks and Rams and the Eagles and Lions.
Yeah,
I think I would bet my year's salary that the NFC championship game is a combination of those 4 teams, though.
Yeah, I would not be shocked. Games. I would not be shocked.
And then you want to talk about how good that game is, and then this is the complete opposite of that. The Cowboys at the Las Vegas Raiders on Monday Night Football.
Awful.
How did this not get flexed out?
Because classic matchup.
The jerseys will be cool to watch.
Yeah, jerseys. It's a rivalry. Super Bowls they played again. Like it's a classic.
And look at the ticket prices.
All-time matchup. $263.
Why the fuck would someone pay that to go to this game?
Because it's the Cowboys and the Raiders.
I wouldn't. If I'm a Raiders fan and I live in Vegas, I'm still not going to this.
Listen.
Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, I have to. Even though I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't be shocked if the Raiders.
No, that's how bad these teams are.
No, it's the Cowboys. It's the Cowboys for me. They are. Yeah, I like Dak. So.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean that's you run through like 3 or 4 of those games that we talked about, and you got to end it on that trash.
No, it's not good.
But give me the Cowboys.
Okay. Time for the bets, JPJ.
Oh fuck! I didn't do any of them.
Neither did I. I'm doing them right now.
All right.
I always do kind of a prime time. You know what? I think I'm going to go. Oh, I just exited out. All right. We're going to go with, to start off, Mariota.
Yeah.
Plus A-Chain. Plus Waddle. Anytime touchdown score parlay. All
right. Listen, I'm going to start off hot like I ended last week. I'm going to do that 4 receiver anytime touchdown bet would have hit for me if I actually bet it. That hit for me.
Yep, it was Amon-Ra St. Brown, Puka Nacua, Drake London, and Lad McConkey.
Unbelievable. All right, so I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with.
Which means none of the 4 are gonna hit this time.
No, exactly. I'm going Drake London.
Okay.
I'm going Nico Collins.
Okay.
I'm going Justin Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
And then to round it out, give me CeeDee Lamb. Anytime TD scores.
Okay. Let's write that down. All right. My second one. I'm just going to do the early game as a parlay, and then I'll do the 2 night games because why not? I have to bet something on the Cowboys Raiders, so I want to watch it. We're gonna go with Jalen Hurts touchdown, rushing obviously, plus under 46.5 total.
Okay. I will be taking the Bengals money line with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
What was that? Bengals money line?
Yeah, Bengals money line, Chase and Higgins anytime TD scores. Or receiving touchdowns, whatever you want to call it. I could guess I do. Is that anytime or is that?
You can do either one.
I'll do receiving touchdowns.
I would laugh if one of them scores an end around.
I know. It'll be Chase or something. I go, fuck off. Yeah. But I'll do receiving touchdowns for both Higgins and Chase.
And then in the Monday night game, I'm going to go over 49.5 plus Genty, Bowers, and Javonte Williams touchdowns.
Okay. I'm going to do kind of a similar bet to the other one. I'm going to pick the other primetime game. I'm going to take the Lions money line. And instead of receiving touchdowns, I am taking both Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery for rushing touchdowns.
Rushing only.
Yep.
Okay. There we go. Just to round out the scores, after Thursday Night Football, we both had the Pats. Obviously, we picked the Pats every game, so we're not lying, obviously. JPJ is 107-47-1. I am 102-52-1. JPJ is 5 for 27 in bets. I'm 7 for 27 in bets. So I did cut it down three last week. I went 12-1. JPJ went 9-4. So JPJ did hit 2 out of his 3 bets though.
Hell yeah! Well, what was the second one?
Patriots money line and Diggs touchdown.
That's true.
I missed 2 of them. The one I did hit was Patriots money line, and then the over in the game of 48.5. That's the Bucks game, obviously, not the Thursday night game.
Yeah. All right. So we'll do another round of picks. The Colts and the Saints are the only teams on the buys this week. Only 2 teams on the buy. But yeah, so that's going to do it for us here on this edition of the sports show of The Swarm. Thank you all for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, which I assume you are, click that thumbs up for us. Helps us with the algorithm, helps us out a lot so we can continue to keep bringing you this great content that we do here at the Hive every day. Listen, we have watch-alongs on a weekly basis. Every Monday night, it is Josh and myself for Monday Night Raw. Every Wednesday night, it is Jamie and Peggy for Dynamite. Next weekend is Full Gear on AEW side of things, and you will see the 2 of us, the Swarm here, with a special third doing the Full Gear watch along, and then the following week we have ourselves a real watch party as for Survivor Series. You know, that is the historic PLE with tag teams. We have a 4-way dance going on with
a 4-way watch party. Just to be
well, yeah, 4-way dance. Yeah, 4-way watch party. Stu, Josh, Peggy, and Jamie will be doing Survivor Series. So we got all that coming up. Obviously, you do a show with Mr. Josh on this channel. CJ, why don't you let the people know what else you do and what else we got going on here at the Hive?
Yeah, Impact Intact every other Monday. Me and Josh. Jamie filled in because I was literally in the hospital last week, so thank you to Jamie, of course. We will be returning next week with that, me and Josh, back to normal. And we're all kind of back to normal here at the Hive. Everybody's kind of taking a little bit of time off here and there. Josh was on vacation a couple weeks ago. You went on that trip to see Impact. But TNA, but what the fuck did they just do this week, brother? Holy
it's not the wrestling show,
but holy,
you build a guy
that Universal and not one person was mad about him winning the title either.
No, you build that guy for months to be the TNA hero. Then he wins the title at your biggest show. Then you go dark for a month and don't even properly celebrate it. And then the first show back, he loses the title
at a pre-taped show to a 50-year-old.
What the? I don't care about Kazarian.
But still, though, it's not even like you say it's for an up-and-comer. It's to start a storyline. It's a 50-year-old on a pre-recorded show.
What the?
He has to be signing with WWE.
TNA is going to TNA.
It has to be left the company.
That's what people are saying, but holy shit, man.
We will definitely get into that on Sunday night or Monday afternoon, I guess, when you watch it. But yeah, no, we have I forgot where I was at. That pissed me off so bad.
Impact and Tact.
Yeah, Impact and Tact. Yeah, but then we have the Hive. We're all the Hive here. The Substack with Peggy, Bryn, Mike, Josh is always on there now. We have Stu, who's by the way playing with Real Madrid now. My own team tagged me in it. Thank you for that. Love that. Wearing the shirt today as well. One of the shirts. Thank you to Stu. He has that going on. What else do we have here?
The Buzz, obviously, every day.
Buzz, obviously. Jamie's the star of the show recently here. Jamie and Peggy might just be taking over the Hive at this point.
They could be. They could be.
We're international too. Canada, Australia, America. Not that anybody cares about America these days, and rightfully so, by the way. Yeah. But yeah. And then, of course, like you said, watch party. I mean, we have so much stuff next weekend. And then Survivor Series the week after, full year as well.
Yeah, so the next couple weekends are going to be locked and loaded here at the Hive.
And who knows? As the playoff push continues, we might pop on for a Sunday or Monday or whatever day the Patriots play these. They have a bunch of primetime games coming up, by the way, Thursday. Yeah. They have a Monday night game against the Giants coming up. They have a Sunday night game against the Bills coming up. So if we're available, we'll pop on here.
Yeah, might as well. Yeah. So we got a lot going on. Pluggo with his Pluggo playbook.
You just dropped that today as well?
Dropped that today about some college football picks. We got the High View coming at you weekly. We're struggling. We're on that. We're limping to the finish, CJ. We're limping to the finish.
The bowl game, though.
Yeah, we got it. We're gonna get a bowl game, but oh boy. But yeah, we got a lot of great stuff here at the Hive, and then obviously Josh is streaming multiple times a week and playing a bunch of different video games, old wrestling games, Red Dead Redemption, GTA, all that fun stuff. So, yeah.
So are you, by the way?
That is true. That is true.
So where they can see that at? I'm always in the chat.
Yeah. You can follow me, JPJ Loves Gaming. I'm streaming a couple times a week over there. We're coming towards the end of the MLB cycle.
Oh, they dropped some as per recording this as well.
They did. So they still release little content here and there, but all the big drops are done with. But I always play that game. Plus, we try to play some other things and have some fun. And my sim leagues we just finished year one in all of them. Man. We missed the playoffs by a game. Not really. He was actually all right. So we'll see.
I think we need to get into the draft is what I'm saying.
We'll see how it goes. We have a lot of money. So we're gonna make some moves. But yeah, that'll be it for CJ and I. We will be back Monday for the wrestling show, previewing Full Gear, previewing Monday Night Raw, and the week to come. So thank you all for tuning in. Go visit our pals at W Energy, W.GG, promo code The Hive will get you 10% off your order. For CJ, for myself. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you soon. Peace out.